Hi everyone, it's Karen from the Chatty GRWM. Welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing? Hope you're well. I thought I'd do a bit of a get ready with me chatty catch up this morning. I've bought some new makeup recently, so I thought I'd show that off and just basically a catch up. I feel like I haven't caught up with you on the job situation and the blogging situation, so I'll chat about that as I'm going. So I've washed my face. I used the simple moisturising cleansing wash. I've put on some Lacura Q10 multi-intensive serum, and I've used the Lacura anti-aging day cream as well. So I've got my moisturiser on. I'm going to put on some the Charlotte Tilbury Invisible UV Flawless Poreless Primer, which I really like. These are my favourite go-to bits of makeup at the moment. So I'm just going to put some of that on. So I started a new job. If you've watched me videos, if you watched the video previously where I said I was going to go back and get a temporary job while I try to build my blog up and to start making money, hopefully. So I started work at the local hospital. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation, also a go-to. I started work at a local hospital about 7 weeks ago now, just as a team secretary, and I'm working full-time, 9 till 5, which didn't please us at first because I've been self-employed for about 18 years in one form or another. I've done, I've had a few different businesses, but my main one, my last main one was as an eBay reseller. So I spent my days going around auctions and charity shops and car booths and places like that, buying stock and then listing it on eBay. So going back to work 9 to 5 was quite quite different, and I'm finding it quite challenging. I'm just using my hands, my fingers to put this foundation on. I feel I've tried a sponge and a brush with it, and I just feel it goes on better with my fingers. It's only a light foundation. It doesn't cover all my blemishes. I've gotten a few little spots recently, which I don't know why. Anyway, to get back to what I was saying, yeah, I'm finding it quite challenging. I'm just going to put on some Eye Bright Revolution under my eyes. Revolution Eye Bright is what I meant. Just put that under the eyes to kind of hide some of the dark circles I've got. Yeah, so 9 to 5 is quite a challenge for me. I'm finding the days quite long. I do like the job, don't get us wrong. I'm finding the job okay. It's not the most interesting job I've ever done, but I didn't think it was going to be. I got a job as a secretary because, well, number one, because the place, the hospital I'm working at is really close. It's within walking distance, and it was something I could do. It's an easy job. I don't have to think about it really. I can come home and just get on with whatever else I'm doing. I don't have to think too much about it, which is what I wanted. I'm just putting some Revolution white powder on top of the Eye Bright stuff I've just put on. It's all fell to bits, unfortunately. I need another one. So I'll just put some of that on just to make the cream stay where it is and brighten that up a bit. So yeah, the job's fine. The people are lovely. The people I'm working with are really, really nice, which I think is always, half the battle, isn't it, when the people are nice. It makes it a pleasure to go to work, really, doesn't it, if everybody's nice. I'm looking for something to wipe my fingers with. I'm just going to go and wash my hands. I'll be back. better. Hands are clean. Just going to put a little bit of Revolution Prime and Lock on my eyelids before I put my eyeshadow on, just to help it stay in place. I don't know if I need it because I use a fixing spray. I use it just to make doubly sure my eyeshadow doesn't just start to fade after an hour. So yeah, we'll put that on. So yeah, the job's fine, but the idea was that I would work a 9 to 5 because I needed the money after packing in the eBay business. I'd work 9 to 5 and then I'd get up at 5 every morning and do an hour and a half on the blog, and try and do maybe an hour on a night time after I came in from work, or do some YouTube videos. The YouTube channel was never meant to be a money maker, it was always just a hobby, but it would be nice if it made money. So if you like this video, like it, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. That always helps build my channel. So the getting up at 5 o'clock isn't a problem. I'm quite good at getting up early. Even if I set my alarm for 5, I'm usually awake before the alarm goes off. So I have been getting up and doing a little bit of blogging. I'm finding it a bit of a struggle because I don't find it a quick thing to write a blog post. For me, it takes, a little bit of research and then quite a lot of, time to write it. So it's probably taken me about 4 mornings to write one blog post. I'm just going to use as blusher this from Primark that I got, this PS Pro cream blush. I think it's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one, which I have got, the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm, and I do find it quite similar. Just put some on my cheeks here, squeeze. It looks quite dark when you put it on your skin like that, but then when you pat it in, it just kind of gives you a nice glow, nice kind of rosy glow. I mean, you could put more on if you want, but I'm not really going anywhere today. I'm just putting this on. I think it always cheers you up when you put a bit of makeup on, makes you feel better, even if you're only going to the shop. So yeah. It takes about 4 mornings to write a blog post. So I'm only managing to get maybe 1 blog done a week, which I was hoping that I would get maybe 2 or 3 written a week, but it's just not working out like that. My blog was when I started work, the first week I started work, my blog was at about 420 views a month, which is pretty rubbish, because I'm wanting it to be like 40,000, 50,000 views a month, which is going to take some time. It has grown a little bit. It's now just pushed over the 500, so it is growing, and it does take some time, and I know that, in 6 months' time, I'll see this work actually, being put into effect with me numbers growing. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so when I'm coming in from work, I finish at 5. By the time I get in the house, have my tea, whatever else I need to do, it's probably about 7 o'clock, and I just can't be bothered. I go to bed fairly early. I'm usually in bed by 9:30, definitely asleep by 10 o'clock. But like I say, I do get up early, so you can't have everything. So I'm not getting anything done on a night time with the blog. It's only on the mornings. So that didn't quite go according to plan. But I'm going to keep pushing on with it. I've only got until the end of July with this job, and then we'll see what happens after that. I don't know whether I'll be able to do something else to make some money. Maybe the blog will be making a little bit more. I am making little bits of money on the blog, but not an awful lot. I'll maybe get £30 there. Occasionally I'll get £150 for writing a blog post, but it's not enough, to pay for the things that I want to do. I'm 60 in June, and I want to go to Paris for my 60th birthday. We're planning a 3-night trip to Paris, and if I'm not working, whoop, nearly knocked the stand over. If I'm not working, I can't afford these kind of things. I'd love to go to Vegas in October. Again, I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm not earning any money. So I'm going to have to do something when I've finished work. The idea was I'd use the money from the 6 months that I'm doing this temp job. We need a lot of work done on the outside of the house, which is going to take up most of the money, and then the Paris trip out of that as well. So hopefully that'll pay for that. But what I never wanted to do was I never wanted to go to work full time, 48 weeks a year, whatever, just to pay for a 2-week holiday. That's just not what I wanted to do. Some people are fine with that, and that's perfectly fine, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted more work-life balance. I wanted more life and less work, if you see what I mean. I mean, you don't have to go abroad, you just, a few days out here and there is just nice, but you can't do that if you're just constantly working. And I've told Warren he needs to slow down as well. He works 5 days a week as a decorator, and it's a tough job, and he's nearly 60 as well, and it's hard on the knees and it's hard on the hands. He's got a bit of arthritis, so he needs to slow down as well, and it would be great if he could go to like 4 days a week. So I do need to keep earning money. I've rambled on a bit about that there, but you get where I'm going. So yeah, hopefully the blog will grow. If you want to read any of the blog posts I write, I'll put the link to my blog down below, and you can go and have a read. It is the Chatty GRWM. And I'm trying to continue to do videos, which is also a struggle, particularly with the dark nights, because I come in from work and I usually like the light, I'm showing things off, and I don't feel like my ring light works properly. I might need a different ring light. If anybody uses a really good ring light, let us know in the comments below, and I can have a look at getting a different one. But now the nights are getting a bit lighter, I'm going to try and do some more videos as well, because I do enjoy it, and everybody needs a hobby. So I'm going to get to this new eyeshadow I bought, and this is the Barry M Wildlife palette. I just think the colours are absolutely beautiful. The lilacs and blues and pinks, just right up my street, those. Strangely enough, I did a blog recently about what colours go with grey hair, and there's a way of finding out what colours suit you. If your veins are more blue, you're a cool tone, and if they're more of a greeny colour, then you're a warm tone. Things like that. I wrote a blog about it if you want to go and read it. So I'm more of a cool tone. I've got blue jumper on today, which I feel goes with my skin a little bit better. So these are definitely cool. This is a cool tone palette, so I thought this would go quite nicely. So I think what I'm going to try is I'm going to try this blue here, maybe a little bit of this one, and possibly a little bit of the silver. I'm not going anywhere, so if I get it wrong, that's okay. I'll just chat as I go, but I'll mainly talk about the makeup. So I'm going to put on some of the blue on my mobile eyelid, as they call it. I got this little thing. I've had one. This is the second one I've had. It's an MSQ, and it's a brush cleaner. It just looks like a little, I can't think what you call that, like a little foam disc in there, and you just, when you've had your eyeshadow on your brush, if you just thingy it around there, it kind of cleans your brush off. I mean, it's not going to substitute for washing your brush, but that is quite good. So I'm going to put some of that Holly Blue, the middle one, on my mobile lid, and let's see what that looks like. I'll not put too much on. I don't want to look like a drag queen. I'm using the mirror, but you'll be able to see it in the camera as well. Oh, that's a pretty colour. I don't know whether the light's very good for doing makeup here. It is quite bright, but hopefully you can see. And I found recently that my eyesight is obviously not as good as it used to be, and it's quite difficult to put makeup on when you don't see very well without your specs. So sometimes it all goes pear-shaped. I hope you can see that. That does look quite pretty. There's no mirror on this palette, which is a shame, because I do like a mirror, but the palette was $5.99, so you can't have everything. I think that was a really good price. I'm looking at there for the mirror, and it's not there. So I'll put a little bit more of that on. I really do like that blue. It's very pretty. It's very 80s. Remember the eyeshadow I used to wear in the 80s used to be a thing of blue. I feel like that kind of style's coming back a little bit. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I remember going out with just a slash of bright blue eyeshadow, and that was it. That was your makeup. Things were so much easier in the 80s. That keeps going very bright. But you get the gist. Yeah, I really like that. It's a very pretty colour. So now we're going to do some of the darker blue for the crease and above. I've got hooded eyes, so here kind of pulls down, and I like to put a darker colour here just to hide that a little bit. I don't feel like I've got a lot of wrinkles at the moment, but I mean, Anna didn't have a lot of wrinkles, and she was 84 when she died, and she never had a lot of wrinkles. So my mum died when she was quite young. She was only 27, so I don't know whether she would have had wrinkles or not, but I feel like I've got good genes. But yeah, I can start to see the signs of aging, unfortunately. So I'm going to use a bit of this. I said I was going to use the Painted Lady, this one, but I don't think I need that one. I'm going to use a little bit of the dark blue, which is called Meadow, for the crease. And I'm not going to use a lot because that middle blue, the holly blue I've got on my lids, is quite pigmented. So I'll try a little bit of this just in the crease. I always tend to get it too dark, and I do feel a little bit like a drag queen sometimes when I put my makeup on. I don't know if you can see that well in this light, but hopefully you can. I'm just going to put a little bit on, and then I'm going to blend it in just in the crease here, and up a little bit, just like I say, to hide that little saggy bit of skin that hangs down. Makes my eye look a little bit smaller. Put a little bit more of that on because I didn't put enough on there. What colour's your favourite eyeshadow? I'd love to know. You tend to see people wearing a lot of neutrals, which I suppose for everyday wear is good. I don't know, I think as I've got older, I like bold and bright. Yeah, but let us know what your favourite eyeshadow palette is. I always like recommendations. I'm going to put a little bit of this, a little bit darker in the corner here. Again, it's supposed to make your eye a little bit bigger if you make the outer corner darker and the inner corner lighter. It's supposed to make your eye pop. Not literally pop, hopefully. So put a little bit more there. I think when I close me left eye, it's worse. I can't see. I can see more with me. I must be able to see more with my left eye than I can with my right eye. That makes sense. Right, I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. I need some new makeup brushes. I watched Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff recently, and she uses Sigma makeup brushes, and I had a look at them on Amazon, and they're really expensive. It's about £125 for a set. I just don't think I can justify that at the moment. So I'm just using, I don't know what these are. Oh, they're the same as this brush clearing palette, strangely enough, MSQ. They're not bad brushes. I think they were quite cheap. I think they were only a tenner on Amazon. The brush cleaner, incidentally, was about £5, I think. So again, quite good value for what it does. So I'm just trying to blend that up a little bit. I'm a bit messy with eyeshadow, I have to say. Blend that up a little bit. I think you're supposed to put like a beige on the top to blend it into. But we'll see how we go. Hang on. Right, what does that look like? I still look like, that looks like all one colour to me. Can you see it? Does it look like all one colour? I might go in with a little bit of this Skipper on the outer corner as well. So I'm just going to clean this brush off, whether I've used the blue one, and see what the darker blue looks like. Looks quite dark on my brush. Let's put a little bit of that on the outer corner, just a little bit. I don't want to put a lot on, but like I say, I'm not going anywhere, so I can always wash it off if I look a right mess. or a right clip, as we say up here. I don't know if that's a Geordie expression. If you look a mess, do you say you look a clip? Or is that just something we say up here? I'm not sure. Let us know. That looks better. That looks more of a differentiation. So I'll put a little bit more of that on the other side. I've only really started playing with eye makeup probably in the last, maybe since I was 50 actually. I used to wear makeup in the 80s, like I said. And then when you have kids, you tend not to bother with makeup. It's just, you know, wash your face and out the door. But since I turned 50, I've started to play with makeup a little bit more. I'm not brilliant with it, but I like to try. So we'll just blend that out again. Talking about, it's a bit of a weak link here, but talking about colours, I started going to what's called a sip and paint class last month. It's on once a month on a Monday, and I had my first class last Monday. My daughter came with us, my daughter-in-law came with us, and it was a watercolour class. And the sip and paint is because there's a bar in the place and you can get a drink, and you'll have a drink while you're doing this watercolour painting. I just had a coffee, but Nicola and Hayley with us, they had a glass of wine. I might have a glass of wine next time, but I just had a cup of coffee last time. And so I found it really, really fun and relaxing. And last month we were painting a hedgehog, and I just thought, oh, it's going to look a right mess. You get like the piece of paper and you get the outline. They've already like pencil drawn the outline of the hedgehog roughly on the paper for you. And then she takes you through each step is you're painting the hedgehog. I'll put a picture here so you can see what it looked like at the end. And I'm really, really proud of it. I got home and I said to Warren, I says, there's my hedgehog. And he went, you painted that? He says, I'm really impressed. And I was blown away by the end result. But to be fair, everybody's was good. There's about 20 people in the class, and everybody, the picture looked brilliant. And that's down to the teaching, the way she teaches you to do it. You know, you do it piece by piece. She tells you what colour to use, how to use the brush. And it doesn't look like anything, as you're doing it. And then all of a sudden it came together and I was just so pleased. So what do you think? Are you impressed? I'm very impressed with that. So I'm going back Monday coming, and we're doing a Mad March hair, just the head of a hair. And I'm really excited about it. So I'll show you that in a future video. But yeah, if you've got the opportunity to go to a sip and paint class, a watercolour class, highly recommended. Very entertaining. Entertaining maybe is not the word, but very relaxing, very enjoyable, and brilliant. Highly recommend that. So what do we think of this blue so far? Do we think it looks any good? It doesn't look too bad to me. I'm going to put a little bit of the silver in the middle of my eyelid, and maybe in the corner here, just to brighten that up a bit. So I'm going to use it looks like a silver, but I think it's like a bluey. It's called Graylin. I think it's a bluey silver, and it's a little bit sparkly. There's maybe 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sparkles, and 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes in here, which I think is a nice combination. It's quite pigmented again, the silver. So I'm just going to put it in the middle of my eyelid. Oh, I like that. That kind of makes it pop a little bit. Just brightens my eye up. Put a little bit more in there. I like a bit of sparkle. I like mattes, but I don't know. I like sparkle. That doesn't look too bad. Will I put a little bit in the corner of my eye? I will. I'll just put a little bit here. A little bit up there. And a little bit down here to brighten that up. I don't know if you can see that very well. I can't actually see it myself very well in this mirror. The place my mirror's in, I'm right in front of a window, like really close to it. And I don't think it's ideal if I put makeup on. So I don't think that looks too bad. What do you think? Do you think that looks okay, or do you think I've made a right hash of it? I quite like it. So the other, sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. I'm going to get angry. Do you see that? Is that just again? I think it's an old wives' tale. My nose is itchy. I'm going to get angry. The other piece of makeup I got was an eye stick, and I think this says, it either says Mina or Zima. I can't decide which, but it's a new vegan, cruelty-free makeup brand, or new to me, I haven't seen it before. And I saw these, it's like an eye crayon, it's a twist up eye crayon, and I just thought this blue colour was really nice. Apparently when you get older, blue makes your eyes really pop, so we'll try that and see where we'll go with it. And I'm going to use, I suppose you could use it as an all over eye colour, but I'm just going to use it as an eyeliner. I've said before, I'm using an Avon gel eyeliner at the moment, and I love it. I love the gel eyeliner. It's a really nice eyeliner, but I can't sharpen it properly. It's leaving all of the, like, the wood bits around the outside, and that it's scratching my eye. If anybody knows of a really good gel eyeliner sharpener, please let us know in the description box below, because I would like to continue using them. Because this was about £12, this one, which is a little bit more than I would usually pay. So let's try it as an eyeliner. That glides on nicely. It's not too, it's really easy to use. It glides on lovely. I really like that. I suppose you could do it a little bit thicker if you wanted to. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice. I'm impressed with that. They had a lot of different colours of these. They must have had about 10 different colours. So I may go back and get a different colour. I had a dark brown one that I liked the look of. But it's just nice to try different colours, isn't it? I nearly got two while I was in the shop. I got them from Superdrug. I nearly got two, but I thought, well, I'll try one, because £12 is quite a lot. I'll try one and see what I like, and then if I like the crayon, I can get another one. Sorry, it's very bright, that light, when I'm moving in. But I am struggling to see what I'm doing in this mirror. Yeah, I think that's really nice. Sorry, I'm very sniffy, but I had a bit of a cold. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. Well, I use a bit around the, I'll use a bit around the bottom, on me bottom lash. Don't usually use an eyeliner on the bottom, I have to say, because I find it too harsh. I've been using powder, but I have problems with my eyes watering, and I tend to rub them, and usually I end up with no powder left on. So I'm just putting a little bit of the liner on the outer corner of me bottom lash. I could do with a smudging brush really for the bottom, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to use my finger. Yeah, that doesn't smudge off very easily, so hopefully it's going to stay on. I quite like that. I know I keep saying it, but that's not bad. I think the middle blue, the lighter one, might have been a little bit better on my mobile lid. So that, we'll have a look. This one might have looked brighter than that one, but I do like them. It's got this lovely lilac-y and pinky purple colours as well, which I'm going to try. I'm very impressed with that, because GRWM is not an expensive makeup brand. I'm sure this was only $5.99. Really impressed with that, and the palette's really nice as well. So I'm going to put me my mascara on, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I've got my mascara on. I just used the Lacura mascara, the Lacura Too Legit mascara. Really love that. Always stock up when I see them in store, because I really like it. I've got very thin, short eyelashes, and I feel that really makes a difference to them. And I'm just going to put a spritz of this. Not that, that's Stila foundation. I'm not going to put that on. I'm going to put a spritz of Revolution Hydrate and Fix on. I just feel like it makes me makeup stay in place. And on my lips, I've just put, this is a lip gloss I got from Cherries actually, which unfortunately isn't around anymore. And it's Technic, just a Technic lip gloss. A little twist up pink lip gloss, which I really like. Because like I say, I'm not going anywhere. So I'll just put a bit of a spritz of this on. Always, I find it difficult to get it going. There, just a little bit. just to, I think it gives a little bit of a glow, and it definitely helps me makeup stay on my face. I could have done with maybe a little bit more blusher, but that's fine. I think that makeup looks quite alright. Let us know what you think in the comments below. So that's me get ready with me for today. I also wanted to redraw the self-care pack giveaway that I did a few weeks ago, because the winner that I originally picked didn't get back to us, so I couldn't send her it. I've given her 3 weeks and she hasn't come back, so I'm really sorry to that person that won originally. I'm so sorry I can't send it to you, but after 3 weeks, I really needed to draw it again, and so I redrew it, and I'll put here the name of the winner that came out of the random picker, and the name was Pamela B. So Pamela, I hope you're watching. Please email me, and so you can give us your address so I can send you the self-care pack. It's standing on my desk and I'm getting sick of seeing it now. It needs to go. So Pamela B, please get in touch so I can send this out to you. That's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a random chatty thing. But yeah, tell us what you think of the eyeshadow. If you think I can do something a little bit different with the eyeshadow or do something a little bit better, I'm always open to, decent feedback. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. So bye for now.